to my channel, or welcome if you are new. For today's video, I'm going to be taking you into the Cultivate What Matters 2022 Power Sheets Goal Planner. We're going to go into January, and I'm going to talk all about how I plan to take action towards my goals. I have already posted a video here on my channel breaking down all of my goals for 2022. If you missed that, I will link it in a card above. You're going to want to go watch that video before you watch this one, because this video is all about how I'm going to break down my goals into teeny tiny action steps I can take in January to help me work towards those goals. So this is sort of a extension of that video. So make sure you go check out my goals video first and then come back to check out what action steps I'm going to take in January to help me meet my goals. So let's talk about the January tending list. So it tells me to prepare well. So I need to sit down and think about for January, important to-dos, things I'm excited for, things that are on my mind, and I am hopeful that. So I'm just going to start jotting this down, writing things in, important to-dos. I need to start preparing my taxes. I'm excited for birthdays. All of my guys have birthdays in the month of January, so celebrating them and, you know, enjoying time with them. New Year, fresh start, so there's lots of budget things that I'm excited about, and that's also an important to do, making sure that my budget is all set up for January, and all of these things are on my mind as well. So I don't know how helpful this page is. I feel like it's kind of redundant, like I would be repeating the same things for each category, and that's sort of the feeling that I had in general with this Power Sheets. I don't know that I will buy the Power Sheets again for 2023. I feel like the tending list portion is going to be super helpful, but like all of the prep work, while I enjoyed it and I did get something out of it, I don't think it's like necessary for goal setting. I'm hopeful that I can meet my goals. So let's just leave it at that. All right. Then there's this calendar. Not really sure what, if anything, I'm going to do with this, so we'll just skip it. This is all about how to make a tending list. What is this? January is the perfect opportunity for a fresh start, from your heart to your home, from the mental to the physical. Here are easy ideas to start well and refresh your life. Oh, so this is kind of cool. It gives you all the various areas of your life and a little tip on what you can do to get a little refresh. So that's interesting. I will read that off camera. Now we're going to go into brainstorming and my tending list. So it says, use this space to brainstorm where you'll focus your time and where you won't. Gather ideas for your yearly overview and goal action plan. As you finalize your tending list, ask yourself, will I be glad I spent my time on these things in the big picture? All right, so monthly ideas, weekly ideas, and daily ideas. What sort of things do I want to do on a monthly, weekly, daily basis to help meet my goals? So I want to make sure that I'm having action items for all of my goals. I'm working towards all of my goals at the same time. I'm not focusing more heavily on any one of them necessarily, and I'm not overwhelming myself. Like I said, the worst thing that I can do is set up 25 brand new habits that I'm going to have to work toward every day, because I'm going to get overwhelmed and it's going to last 2 days and then I'm going to quit. So we're keeping it small, we're keeping it focused. So let me do some brainstorming kind of off camera, and then we'll come back and I'll fill in my tending list with you. Alright, so really quickly before I start filling in my tending list, I want to just share with you the colors of the clean color dot markers I'm going to use to help color code my goal setting. You guys know I love a good marker and I love a good color coding system. So for the pink color, which I have designated for my health goal, I'm going to use baby pink. It's not perfect. It's not a perfect match, but it's close enough. So I'm going to use baby pink for that. And so anytime that I write something into my tending list that is going to help complete this health goal, I'll mark it with a pink dot. For the yellow color, which I've designated for my home goal, I'm going to use this clean color dot marker in butter. Again, none of these are like super perfect, but I'll be able to differentiate pretty easily just by looking at them. For my strengthen relationships goal, I'm going to use this one here, which is Peach Bliss, which I think is a pretty close match. For the green, I didn't have a perfect match, but I have this one in Pale Mint, which is green enough that it will work, even though it's not nearly as close as some of these other ones. And then for blue, the one I chose, which again isn't super close, but it's easy to tell that it's blue, and it's easy to differentiate from the other ones, is Powder Blue. These are all the single-ended clean color dot markers. I will link these down below if you are interested in getting them for yourself. All right, friends, so let's go ahead and fill out my January tending list. These are all of the things that I want to make sure that I am doing in the month of January in order to meet my goals. So let's start out with the encouraging words here. There's a little place for you to write a quote or whatever you want, I guess. The thing that I'm going to write in is actually a quote that I shared on my Instagram page. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's kind of dark. But if you're not following my Instagram page, you should be. Go check it out. But it says, I don't even know if it's all going to fit here. So we will open the book. Its pages are blank. We are going to put words on them ourselves. The book is called Opportunity, and its first chapter is New Year's Day. And that is a quote by Edith Lovejoy Pierce. And my priority for January is just going to be small steps. I don't want to overwhelm myself. I don't want to give myself a bajillion new things to start, because I know that that's a recipe for failure. So let's get started with the monthly action items then. These are all of the items that I want to do on a monthly basis. So some of these you'll see are things that I'm going to do every single day in the month. Some are things that I'm going to do once a week. This is something that's just going to happen once in the month, or kind of an overall monthly goal, if you will. So the first one that I'm going to write in is to lose 5 pounds. Now I know that I said in the beginning of this video that I didn't want to just focus on weight loss, and I still don't. But I think that with the weekly and daily action items that I'm going to put into place, I'm naturally going to lose 5 pounds. I think I'll lose at least 5 pounds. So that is one of my items that I hope to complete in January. And that I'm going to go ahead and mark in pink, because obviously that is a part of my health and wellness goal. All right, another thing that I want to accomplish in the month of January is to read, and of course I just messed it up already. Where is my whiteout? Should not try to talk and write at the same time. Maybe I should be writing this in Eraseable pen, but that's okay. We're going to read the book, Why We Sleep. This is a book that I've been recommended a lot. I have a lot of trouble with my sleep cycle, and I think that education is really important, and I'm really excited to read the book and see if it helps me out at all. It's also going to help me in terms of sleep, because my plan is to read the book every evening before I go to bed in lieu of like watching TV or using a screen at night, and I think that that will help me sleep as well. So it's kind of twofold there. And again, I marked that in pink because not only is that going to help with my education in terms of my physical health, it's also going to be really good for my mental health to spend that time reading. Okay, next up is to set up a cleaning schedule. So I want to do some research and look into some different cleaning schedules that are already kind of made up for you. I want to look into the Fly Lady and Clean Mama and that sort of thing. But it also may end up just being something that I set up just on my own. Either way, by the end of the month, I want to have a solid cleaning schedule set up that's really going to help out with my home goal. All right, the last monthly action item is to stick to my budget. At the end of the month, I want to be able to say that I stuck to my budget, I didn't go over budget. That's going to go a long way towards helping me out with my financial goals. So that's it. Just 4 goals here for the monthly. I could go through and, fill in every single one of these, but again, I'm trying to, small steps, trying to keep it realistic, trying not to work on too many things at once. So if I can complete all of these things in the month of January, I will be satisfied. Weekly action items now. So the first one is having to do with my health and wellness goal, but also to help with my financial goals. I want to make sure I'm writing out a meal plan every single week. And when I do my grocery shopping, I'm sticking to that. So not only is that going to help me to make healthy choices in terms of food and knowing what I'm going to eat, so that'll help with my health and wellness goal, it's also going to help me stick to my grocery budget, which is my financial goal. So every week I want to make sure I'm writing out a thoughtful meal plan. I'm also going to do a weekly date night with my husband, and that is going to obviously be part of my relationship goals, so we're going to mark that in orange. Like I said, I'm starting out with my relationships here within my home, because that's a really, really easy place to start. When it comes time to start like putting myself out there and meeting new people, that's when it's going to be really tough. So we're starting small here. And I could mark this down as part of my health and wellness goal, because a date night with my husband's definitely going to help with my mental health, but we'll just leave it at that and know that this is likely going to impact other areas. We're also going to try to do this date night at home. I should mention that, so as not to spend a ton of money and derail our financial goals. And we're going to try to do a date night at home once a week. Text a friend. Really easy. I'm going to make an effort to text a friend once a week. And hopefully it'll be more than that, but the aim is just going to be once a week. And that's, of course, part of my relationship goal. I'm going to do a budget check-in once a week. That, of course, is to make sure that I'm sticking to my financial goals. And also, that'll be a YouTube video that I post every week, so that'll help with my posting consistency on YouTube. So this one technically gets the green dot and the blue dot. And then we've got post 5 videos a week. That is my goal for January. I've been doing that pretty consistently on YouTube throughout the last few months, so it shouldn't be a problem. So that's the goal, 5 videos a week. And lastly, for weekly action items is laundry. So I don't know whether I am going to do laundry, like a load of laundry a day, or if I'm going to want to have a like a specific laundry day where I do it all once a week, but the goal here is to make sure that my laundry is all caught up every week. I don't want to get behind on it. So those are my weekly action items. Hopefully I'll be able to check these off every week. And now we're getting into the daily items. So these are things I'm going to do every single day to try to meet my goals. And the first one is 64 ounces of water. Now that is not my ultimate goal. Ultimately, I would like to drink much more water than that, but we're starting small. So the goal is just 64 ounces of water every single day in January. Also, to take my medications every single day in January. This is something that I have to make a habit. I am terrible at remembering to take my medications. My husband's really good at reminding me. He sets up my coffee every single morning so that when I get up, all I have to do is push the button, and he always leaves my little pill box right there so that I remember to take them. So this is just going to be another reminder. I have to check it off every day. So that is that, and of course that's having to do with my wellness. A lot of these have to do with my wellness. I'm also going to give myself an 8-hour eating window. I want to get back to fasting. I feel so much better when I'm fasting and I'm not eating all day and all night long. Also, having a smaller number of hours within which I can eat just naturally makes it so that I eat less, which, you know, I need to do, clearly. Next up, I have dishes. This is dishes in the AM and PM. So the idea here is that I load up the dishwasher every single night and run it, and I empty it every single morning. This obviously is one of those daily things that I struggle to stay on top of with my, you know, making my house a home goal, and so those are the action items I'm going to take in January to, you know, help that go along. No impulse purchases. That is obviously part of my financial goal, and there's not really enough space on here, but I want to make sure that I'm being mindful when I'm making purchases. I really want to think about things. It's so easy with online shopping to just click buy and not think about it, but I really want to be thoughtful with my purchases in January. And so every day that I am thoughtful and I don't make any impulse purchases, I'll give myself a check mark. And the last one here has to do with my business, and it's just to make sure that I am answering your guys' comments on my videos. That's a big part of this whole YouTube thing, is engagement and being really thoughtful about answering your guys' comments. For those of you that take the time to post comments, I want to make sure that I am giving you the same courtesy and commenting back on a daily basis. I'm already pretty good about answering comments, but I want to make sure that I'm focusing on that in January. So those are all of my little action steps. There's quite a few weekly, quite a few daily, but they're all things that I think I'm going to be able to maintain pretty easily. Like I said, I want to really start small and work my way up throughout the year so that I don't get overwhelmed. So those are the things that I'm going to try to do in January to help me meet my goals. And I'll be checking in with you guys at the end of the month to see how I did and setting up February. Okay, friends, so that is everything. I am so excited for January to get started. I think it's going to be a really good month. I'm very hopeful. New year, fresh start, all of that. So yeah, make sure that you click the subscribe button so that you can be sure to come back at the end of the month, find out how I did on all of these action steps, and of course we will then start setting up for February. I feel like this month's gonna go by super, super fast. I wanna make every single minute count. Leave me a comment down below, tell me what your action steps for January are going to be, or if you don't put as much thought into your goals as I do and you just want to share what one of your goals for 2022 are, I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye!